Hello and welcome back to match 3. This is Old Man Poole. We've won the die roll. We're going first. Ooh. This is a little unfortunate. It's probably keepable because we can cycle our hippo away. If we find red, the hand is very good. But we do need to find red pretty quick. Ambuscade doesn't do anything on its own. We get to play land drops turn 1 and 2. So we get 2 draws, 3 draws before we have to find something on turn 3. With a slight chance of red. I think we do keep. This hand is very borderline though. It's rough because we're really just hoping we find red, because we cannot play anything as this is right now. Even if we find like another forest to play the ambuscade, we don't have a creature that utilizes it, so this is dangerous. Obviously if we find red next turn, the hand is just great, and I was a genius for keeping it, but we are in a little bit of a dangerous spot. Yeah, it's not a great start. Okay, well, let's cycle our hippo for sure. Hope we can't find our next color. Okay, Eternal indicates fairly aggressive start usually. And yeah, we may get run over here, unfortunately. A lot of red in our hand. Mountain? Oh dear. Alright, well, it's going to be a rough first game, I think, here. Spellweaver Eternal is one of the more aggressive 2-drops that you can have. A little bit nice that doesn't look like he's going to get to enable prowess here, but he does have a 3-drop follow-up. Railguide's a good one. Darn. Alright, well, I will pitch, I guess, the Kenra. We probably want higher impact things. It's less like we'll hit 2 red and can play 2 2-drops in the same turn. And even if we can, we have both of those guys. I think the Kenra is the least valuable. Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely a little bit of a risky keep, but I think it's probably better than usual than going to 6, although hard to tell too. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. My opponent had a pretty aggressive 2 through 4 start. We're gonna take 7 here. Don't think we realistically can come back at this point, but again, it was a risky keep. We're gonna take some of those on the nose. Can't really complain too much. Okay. All right. Well, first fast game 1. Let's go into game 2. Opponent is playing, yeah, just kind of aggressive blue-red sort of tempo-y looking deck. Chaos Maw I still don't love. I think we might need a little bit more interaction though. So like Feral Prowler I think is probably not bad. Ace of Pawn's a little bit interesting to consider. But I think we probably should take out either Inferno Jet or the Limits, just because probably I think Limits might be a little bit better. Well, I don't know, it's close. Yeah, probably. We have a pretty good chance of building up a good board state. I think Limits will be pretty powerful a lot of the time. And I think my opponent's going to be aggressive enough that we don't necessarily need 2 extra win kill conditions. We just need to interact early. So let's try this out, hopefully with a slightly better draw this time around. Would like to play first? I would. Yeah, this hand's quite a bit better. Let's go ahead and keep. Having multiple 2-drops that you're able to play is a nice spot. Opponent mulligans down to 6, trying to avoid making the same mistake I did last game, I guess. And bottoms. But we found red. And opponent did as well. Cool. Yeah, our hand is looking quite a bit better here. I think we've got a good chance of at least being competitive this game. Firebrand Archer is obviously a fine start, and Kenner Scrapper isn't bad either. I like no 2-drop play from my opponent. Hopefully he doesn't have anything here. Let's go ahead and swing. Any interaction probably kills it, which is okay. Yeah, Blur Blades. Can't really do much about that. The opponent gets slight advantage, just 2 extra damage. But okay, for an archer of his own. Perfectly reasonable, but not exciting. Ooh, Cartouche of Zeal. Just going absolutely ham here. Okay, we will take our 3. I think we still swing and play a Frontline Devastator. It's a little bit worrisome because he could. That's a very good tempo play, and he might just be able to consistently remove our threats. Maybe we just rather play both Firebrand Archers this turn then. Rather than the Frontline Devastator, we can throw one Archer in front of the other. It's also a little bit less likely you can remove 2 of these guys. Let's get in. I'm just going to swing for 2, not going to exert here. There's a reasonable chance we're going to want to use this as a blocker. Going ahead, again, my opponent may just keep playing some pretty good tempo plays, and I may have to end up blocking with the Scrapper, even though that's not really what you hope to do. Scrapper's nice too, that even if you don't exert, you're, like the damage output's the same either way. So you don't really get punished by making an exert play. It's interesting. Wonder why he's faded out here. Ooh, Curator is very good. Alright. Fortunately, the Kindled Fury isn't especially effective against that. So let's swing and exert with our Scrapper here, and then we'll play a Frontline Devastator. If he wants double block, I'm perfectly fine trading for the Curator, but I imagine that's not the play here. We do have a couple of answers to that, obviously. Ambuscade works fairly well. Trial of Zeal doesn't hit it, but... And we may be able to race, or pretty close to race with these cards. So... Okay, Burning Fist Minotaur is a good one. Although Kindled Fury actually is a fairly good counter, because if he has to discard a card to make it good, we can use Kindled Fury to make them trade at least. We like play a Feral Prowler and then Kindled Fury to fight with the Minotaur. That's a pretty good play. I think we are going to swing with the Devastator here, and I guess with everything else, probably. Is that too aggressive? If he has an answer for the Feral Prowler, it's kind of rough. He only has 1 card in hand, though. I think we do want to be on the winning side of our tempo game. We use the Kindled Fury to interact there. Now, I guess it's a little bit rough with mana open. Maybe we do just swing with the Devastator then. Play the Feral Prowler, keep up Kindled Fury. Although, by that argument, he's going to swing. He pitches a card to get through it. Yeah, he's going to actually be able to take advantage of it anyway, so I should probably play it now and not give him 1 more turn to draw. Alright. This also puts my opponent on a decent amount of pressure, so... I think I'm going to need to get rid through the Burning Fist, though. Any luck he does not have a removal spell here. Definitely not impossible, since he's only got 1 card in hand. These two do trade as a 2-for-1 against us, but we get him some points of damage as well. Okay, and we get rid of the Burning Fist Minotaur, which is a pretty scary threat. So I'm going to play the Thorned Moloch rather than the Feral Prowler here. It's a little bit better offensive creature, and I kind of like trying to keep my opponent on the back foot here. Again, so often in the like spell-based matchups, if you can be on the tempo play, you're in such a better position. Okay. Go down to 6 here. Hope he doesn't have Magma Jet. Land Magma Jet would be bad. No play. Okay. Means he's probably got some interactive spell. So we swing with everything here. He trades. We exert the Scrapper. He's dead without interaction. We play 2 blockers. If he does have interaction, he just takes like 4. Then this probably still can't kill us. This isn't enough in the air. If he's got something like Open Fire, we really want to force him to use it rather than using it on our face. I think, yeah, we just swing with everything here. And if he trades, yeah, okay. And drop 2 creatures and hope that's just enough. It does have some interaction, perhaps not real, unsurprisingly. Okay, so unsummon. Pretty good there. Does still need to block unless he's got some other follow-up, though. If he has another spell, we're in trouble, because we can't interact with the Curator, but maybe it's just a land or something? Okay. And we have nothing that gets through our last point of damage, unfortunately. We will take him to 1. Okay, and he had nothing there. Let's hope he doesn't have a way to deal 1 damage to us incidentally. So close. Does he have it? Okay, woo, we got there. That was a tight game, and we are going to be playing on the draw next game, which is a little bit scary against such a fast tempo-y deck. But did get there, some good creatures, and my opponent did have to mulligan, so that may have been the difference there. Onrikudu still feels, I guess we could bring in an Overthorned Moloch. That might be better. He does have things like a Firebrand Archer that trade with the Moloch, but not with the Kudu. Problem is, Kudu is not real exciting with a lot of our cards. It's just a 2/3 for 3, whereas the Moloch is a pretty powerful offensive threat. The Kudu's kind of not. How often is that 1 toughness going to matter, though? I guess prowess is significant, though, too, and that works on defense as well. I think I'm just going to keep the Moloch here. Alright, let's see if we can't snatch this last game. It's everything. The 3-0. The 3-0's on the line, boys. Oh, no. This looks very similar. I think we do mulligan this hand. We kept it last time because there was the hippo there, but the odds of us just doing nothing here is pretty high. Let's mulligan. This hand's quite a bit better. Let's keep this one. Hope to find a land on top. We do. Okay. So we're a little bit behind on cards, but 2-drop would be great too, but we at least will be able to play a whole slew of 3-drops off this hand. We have some interaction. And with any luck, he won't play like a Eternal here. Burning Fist Minotaurs. Not my favorite thing to see either, but... Okay. So we do both colors, but no play here. Charioteer's not a bad interactive card against the Minotaur, although we need to wait a turn before blocking and letting the Kindled Fury do its work too. It's just a very good aggressive threat. Ooh, especially with Aerial Guide. Ah, man, where were you last turn, Kenra? Okay, we'll play the Charioteer. It represents the fastest damage. Right now, we have to be considering racing, and we're already a little bit behind on that. Unless we find a way to interact with the Aerial Guide, we are just going to get beaten down faster than we can give the beats. Yep. Okay, down to 14. Firebrand Archer's a good one, certainly. Ooh, Smoot. Wow, that is absurdly good. So we can kill it off with the Aerial Guide if we drop it right now, but we get a sweet 2-for-1 and gain a lot of life. I think that's probably the play. It's really, really good to have a Planeswalker in play, but we don't have any way to interact with the Aerial Guide right now, and it's going to just kill stuff. So I think we play Smoot and get our value. We can. Let's swing at the Charioteer very first. This is going to gain us 2 life and kill 2 creatures. That's a pretty huge tempo swing, right? Hopefully my opponent doesn't have like Censor or something here, but I don't think we can really afford to play around it. Did think about casting something there, maybe. Alright, Smoot's pretty good. We're just going to shoot these 2 guys. And Smoot will die, but is a really, really good tempo and value play there. That was a great draw. Probably the best in our deck. So again, I have to imagine the Aerial Guide cracks in here. Bloodwater HT. It's a good one too. One's still got a decent block in the air. Yep. But that was a good stabilizing force. And we're up a little bit on cards now, so... I was gonna say a mountain there would actually be pretty good, because we can drop 2 2s then. Or a 3 and a 2, rather. Get in with our... Oh, we have a... Ooh, Blur Blades. So we can still use Kindled Fury to get through. That's probably worthwhile. It's a good one, though. And we end up with the 2-2, but it's not. We don't just get a 1-for-1. It's, I guess, 1.5 for 2 or something. I think it's good using the Kindled Fury here. Bottom line. I think my opponent probably did have to go for it there, but it's nice. And using the Kindled Fury when my opponent doesn't have mana up is nice as well. I think we've been pretty lucky with how our cards have lined up this game. Okay, and yeah, Kenner Scrapper is just going to be our best threat here. So my opponent only has 1 card in hand. We have a little bit of board advantage, but we are at 12. Firebrand Archer's a good one to help you hold on and crash through, okay? Just cycling that with a little bit of advantage there. Okay, and still looking to be aggressive. Isle of Zeal. Okay, so I don't think we take advantage of that yet. I don't think we have to. Next, so this turn we could swing him down to 13. Maybe we should get rid of the Aerial Guide. The problem is next turn he swings for 4, probably has some play, which might bring us down to 4 life, because if it's a spell, that doesn't. Yeah, I think we do need to shoot the Aerial Guide. That's just very dangerous if he ends up with like a cartouche or something. We take a lot of damage really fast. I think we want to slow down the game a little bit because we're at low life. We have better board presence and a better hand. So I don't think it's worth trying to like hold on to the trial to shoot his face or anything like that. Let's go to attacks. Well, I'll certainly trade here if he wants to trade. I don't think that's incredibly likely, but would be happy to. Okay. Play our trial. Actually, let's play our Kenra first. Shoot the Aerial Guide. And then, again, we can trade with my opponent's Firebrand Archer if it wants to come in. If not, we have a pretty good attack back. Yeah, see, we would have just, like, gotten pretty close to dying there with the Aggro Crasher coming in. So he can take us down to 4. Assuming he's exerting. Yeah. It's a good one. Debating, maybe? No, he doesn't. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely trade. No trick. Huh. I think I would have exerted there. That's a little bit surprising. Okay, Gift of Strength is actually nice because it might let us steal the game out of nowhere. Still gonna swing with both, take my opponent down to 9. Then next turn these are 6, and we have lethal with the gift. We take my opponent down to 11. Do we still have lethal? 2, 5, 8. We do. So I could keep up 2 blockers. But then if he has a blocker, it's not the best. If he has... Why wouldn't you exert there? You want to trade because you're worried about like an overrun, maybe? Although, if that was the case, we just allow it. Why wouldn't you exert? Very possible his last card's Inferno Jet, but we're dead to that period. We can't play around it. A hasty creature attacking like an Oncrop Crasher, for instance. There's another 5, but not quite enough through the Thorned Moloch. We want to keep 2 blockers back, or do we just... Are we worried he has Inferno Jet and he finds a land, he just wins? Do we want to cut him down to fewer turns or a little more conservatively? I think with trample, he can't block real effectively. So next turn we'll probably have lethal period, right? Because this is 4, 7, almost certainly. 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can probably just swing with 1 here. It'd be okay. And we probably still have lethal next turn with the gift in hand. Probably. Okay, that may be too conservative, but the gift just gives us a lot of inevitability, I think, this turn, and we don't want to die to, like, random cartouche plus good spell or something. If my opponent ever has to get rid of his Firebrand Archer, we win as well. Okay. I think we'll just throw the Charioteer away here. For blades. Okay, getting in for some. We have lethal next turn. So this is going to go down to 1, which trades. He takes us to 4. We swing next turn for 3, 6, 10. That's not quite enough. If we gift now, it's less good though, although we keep it alive. I don't think we care. I think we're just trade here. Okay. And then we just have to hope my opponent doesn't top deck kill us. So On-Crop Crasher's not good enough. Is there any other hasty threats to kill us? We don't have lethal, right? This is 7, 10. Not quite enough. What could be there that has lethal, haste, doom? I can't think of anything. Hopefully there's anything. And again, he's top decking, so has to get a little bit of lucky regardless. Alright. This is for it. For the money. No play. It's a good sign for us. So I think we go for lethal and then drop the Ember Horn if he has got a kill spell. But now let's swing. He has bounce or something, obviously it's a little bit bad for us. And let's go for it. Is it enough? Did he top deck something? Alright, hey, we got there. Got that sweet victory. It was close for sure. Glad we were able to mize our way to victory after that first game that wasn't really even a game. Definitely, I don't know. It's hard for me to know when I should mulligan and not. I think it's one of my biggest weaknesses as a player. And that maybe should have been a mulligan. That was maybe just too greedy to keep. It wasn't a vacuum, and I was thinking that maybe my opponent was like a slower deck. We could just kind of, even if we had a slightly slower start, we would still be okay. But we got beat down pretty harshly there. But yeah, happy to get the 3-0. Thanks everyone so much for watching.